The desert night wrapped Opuwo in a silent black cloak. The winds whistled over the dusty tracks that had unseen a train in years, at least not one anyone remembered. But that night, a low growl hummed through the valley, vibrating through the gravel and bones. Simeon, a 17-year-old boy, stood alone at the edge of the abandoned train platform. His grandmother had warned him never to go near the tracks after dark. "There are trains that carry no passengers, only memories," she'd said, "and some memories should never be awakened." But Simeon had to find his brother. Kano had vanished 2 days ago, a scene heading toward the tracks. And tonight, Simeon had heard it. The long, mournful whistle of a train that didn't exist. He clutched a rusted flashlight and stepped closer. The train arrived without headlights. It rolled in slow, silent, and wrong. The metal wheels didn't screech. The windows weren't glass. They looked like stretched skin, pulsing softly. The body of the train shimmered like oil on water, dark but alive. A door slid open. No conductor, no light inside, just a whisper, one memory. For one seat. Against every instinct in his body, Simeon stepped in. The door slammed shut behind him. Car 1. The birthday, it looked like his 9th birthday party. Balloons floated near the ceiling. A cake rested on a chipped wooden table. His late mother clapped, laughing, tears in her eyes. He hadn't remembered that detail, the tears. Simeon tried to speak, but his voice didn't exist here. He could only watch. Then he saw it, in the corner. A dark figure, in the shape of a man, with no face, only a mouth that stretched across where eyes should be. It crouched near the memory, licking its lips. With a guttural sound, it swallowed the room whole. The cake turned black. His mother's face shriveled. The walls melted. Everything was eaten in a blink. With it, the warmth of that memory was gone from Simeon's mind. He tried to scream. Nothing came. The train moved on. Car 2. The warning, this car looked like a hospital, hallway long, fluorescent, empty. A nurse walked ahead, holding a baby. Simeon recognized the baby. His brother Kano. This was the night Simeon promised to protect him. Their father had just died. He'd sworn, "I'll never leave you." Simeon ran toward the nurse, but the hallway stretched. She kept walking. Then squelch. The same mouth creature slid out from behind a door. It crawled on the walls, slithering toward the nurse. The hallway bent unnaturally, the lights flickering. The baby cried. Simeon screamed, but no one heard. The creature devoured the scene. Darkness slammed into Simeon's mind like a hammer. He couldn't remember his brother's first cry anymore. Couldn't even picture his face as a baby. His hands trembled. The train kept moving. Car 3, the empty one, nothing. Just black walls and a metal floor. Cold, wet, drip, drip. A faint sound behind him. A whisper, not in words, but in pulls. Something pulling inside his skull, searching. He turned. A seat was occupied. Kano, eyes wide, mouth sealed with black wire, hands tied to the seat, his skin pale as dust. Simeon ran to him, but as he did, the train shifted. The walls groaned and bled. Flesh grew over metal. Seats writhed. The thing was alive and hungry. New whisper, clearer this time. One person, per memory. Then it hit him. The train was feeding. First memories, then people. It had taken Kano's memories. Now it was digesting him. Simeon grabbed the wires and ripped them off. His brother gasped, but said nothing. His eyes were blank, lost. Suddenly the train jerked. Lights burst. Blood poured from the ceiling. The train screamed a sound like dying children and broken bones. It knew Simeon was trying to take back what it owned. The creature appeared, massive now, stretching from wall to wall. Dozens of mouths, dozens of eyes, screaming laughter. Kano stood up, but stumbled, confused, useless. Simeon took his hand and ran. Final car, the bargain-alone chair, single mirror. Inside the mirror, Simeon saw every memory he had left his grandmother's stories. A campfire dance, the first time he held a guitar, the mango tree outside their hut. All glowing softly. The creature slithered in behind them, mouths wide, drooling. Simeon heard it again. One memory. One escape. Kano turned to him. Blank eyes, waiting. Simeon stepped toward the mirror, touched it. A wave of warmth flooded his fingers. He understood. If he gave everything, the train would let Kano go. If he didn't, they'd both stay. Forever. Consumed. He looked at his brother, trembling. Then back at the mirror, he whispered, "Take it all." Dawn, the tracks outside Opuwo. Locals found Kano wandering near the tracks at sunrise. Silent, dirty, alive. He didn't remember his name, or where he'd been. Only 2 words came to his lips. Train 8. No one believed him. It's just another village boy with ghost stories. But that night, an old woman sat at her fire. Simeon's grandmother. She looked at the hills, eyes heavy with knowing. She whispered into the smoke, "It took my grandson to save another. That train, ... always eats in pairs." And far off in the desert, barely audible over the wind, came a low, rumbling whistle.